Once upon a time, in a small village nestled amidst rolling green hills, there lived a man named Benjamin. Benjamin was known throughout the village for his incredible humility and kind heart. He was a simple man who found joy in the little things and never sought recognition for his deeds. Benjamin lived in a cozy cottage on the outskirts of the village. He worked as a carpenter, crafting beautiful furniture with his skilled hands. His creations were not ornate or extravagant, but rather practical and sturdy. Benjamin took great pride in his work, and it showed in every piece he made. Despite his exceptional talent, Benjamin never charged exorbitant prices for his furniture. He believed that everyone should have access to well-crafted pieces without burdening their wallets. His humility was evident, as he would often offer discounts to those who couldn't afford his services, never seeking anything in return but a heartfelt smile. Beyond his work, Benjamin was always available to lend a helping hand to those in need. He spent his free time volunteering at the village's community center, assisting with repairs and lending an ear to those seeking advice or solace. His patience and gentle nature made him a beloved figure among the villagers. One winter, the village faced an unexpected crisis. A terrible storm hit, causing widespread damage to homes and leaving many families homeless. Benjamin, without a second thought, opened his doors to those who had lost their shelter. He transformed his workshop into a temporary refuge, providing warmth and comfort to those who had lost everything. News of Benjamin's generosity spread throughout the village and reached the ears of a wealthy businessman named Mr. Wellington. Intrigued by the stories of this humble carpenter, Mr. Wellington decided to pay Benjamin a visit. He arrived at the village, dressed in his finest suit and accompanied by a team of advisors. When Benjamin met Mr. Wellington, he greeted him warmly, unaware of his visitor's wealth and stature. The businessman was taken aback by Benjamin's modest lifestyle and genuine nature. He spent hours talking to Benjamin, learning about his philosophy of life and the values he held dear. Impressed by Benjamin's humility and selflessness, Mr. Wellington realized the importance of these virtues in his own life. He decided to make a change and follow Benjamin's example, shifting his focus from material wealth to serving others and making a positive impact on the world. With Benjamin's permission, Mr. Wellington organized a grand charity event in the village, inviting people from far and wide to contribute to the cause of rebuilding the homes that were destroyed by the storm. Benjamin's small cottage became the center of attention as people marveled at the modest lifestyle of the man who had inspired this transformative event. As the years went by, the village flourished. Benjamin continued his humble existence, content in his role as a carpenter and a pillar of the community. The memory of that stormy winter and his act of selflessness remained etched in the hearts of the villagers. Benjamin's story spread far and wide, inspiring countless others to embrace humility and kindness. His legacy became a beacon of hope, reminding people of the power of a humble heart and the difference one person can make in the lives of many. And so, Benjamin's humble nature continued to touch lives long after he had passed. His legacy lived on, a gentle reminder to humanity that true greatness lies not in grandiosity, but in the simplicity of a humble soul. Years passed, and the village went through various changes, but the memory of Benjamin's humble spirit remained ingrained in the fabric of their lives. The village grew into a bustling town, yet the core values of kindness and humility continued to thrive, thanks to the seeds planted by Benjamin. One day, a young man named Thomas arrived in the town. He had heard tales of Benjamin's humility and was drawn to learn from him. Thomas sought out the carpenter's workshop, hoping to observe and absorb the wisdom that had made Benjamin such a revered figure. To his surprise, when Thomas entered the workshop, he found a kind, elderly woman named Margaret instead. She introduced herself as Benjamin's daughter and explained that Benjamin had passed away peacefully, leaving behind his legacy of humility and love. Margaret saw the same genuine curiosity and sincerity in Thomas that her father had possessed. She welcomed him warmly, inviting him to stay and learn the ways of humility and compassion. Thomas gladly accepted the invitation, eager to walk in the footsteps of the man he admired. Under Margaret's guidance, Thomas immersed himself in the principles that had shaped Benjamin's life. He observed how Margaret continued her father's work, always putting others before herself. The two of them spent their days together, repairing furniture, volunteering at the community center, and assisting those in need. Word of Thomas's dedication and commitment to humility spread throughout the town, just as Benjamin's had done years ago. People were inspired by the young man's earnestness and began to flock to the workshop, seeking guidance and support. Thomas, following Benjamin's example, treated each person with kindness and respect, offering his assistance without seeking recognition or reward. Together with Margaret, Thomas organized community projects, from building homes for the underprivileged to creating gardens for the elderly. Their efforts created a ripple effect in the town, igniting a spirit of unity and selflessness among its residents. As the years went by, Thomas became a respected figure in the town, known for his unwavering humility and his commitment to serving others. He continued Benjamin's legacy, instilling in others the importance of embracing simple acts of kindness and compassion. One day, a man named Samuel, a successful entrepreneur from a nearby city, heard of the transformative power of humility that had flourished in the town. Intrigued by the stories he had heard, Samuel traveled to the town, hoping to meet Thomas and experience this humble way of life firsthand. When Samuel arrived, he was greeted warmly by Thomas, who had become a wise and humble mentor. They spent hours conversing about the significance of humility, the power of small gestures, and the true meaning of success. Samuel, deeply moved by Thomas's wisdom, realized that his own pursuit of material wealth had left him unfulfilled. Inspired by the people he met in the town, Samuel decided to transform his business practices, integrating principles of humility and compassion into his endeavors. He established a foundation to support various charitable causes, recognizing that true success lies not in amassing wealth, but in making a positive difference in the lives of others. Years later, as the town thrived under the influence of Benjamin's legacy, the stories of humility and kindness spread far and wide. People from distant lands came to learn from Thomas and Samuel, carrying the message of humility back to their own communities. The humble town became a beacon of hope, radiating the transformative power of a single individual's actions. Benjamin's name lived on in the hearts of countless people who embraced humility and dedicated their lives to serving others. And so, the story of a very humble man, Benjamin, continued to inspire generations to come. His legacy transcended time, reminding humanity of the immense power and beauty found in humility, kindness, and the selfless acts of a single person.